Now today's question is why we use thiazide in nephrogenic cause of diabetes insipidus. When you read the question, you might think that the question may be incorrect, but question is correct. This question is correct because why you might think that question is incorrect? Just focus on the 2 point, that is thiazide and diabetes insipidus. From our previous knowledge, we all know diabetes insipidus is a state of polyuria. That is, in diabetes insipidus, there is increase in urine output. And what is thiazide? Thiazide is a diuretic. That is, it itself cause increase in the urine output. So imagine that in a polyuric state, we further increases the urine output. How is it possible? The normal physiology of ADH, the ADH is secreted from the hypothalamus and stored in the posterior pituitary. And from the posterior pituitary, it acts on the DCT. That is, if we imagine this is a nephron, this is part of the PCT, and this is DCT, and this is the loop of Henle. So ADH from the hypothalamus, from the secret from the hypothalamus and stored in the posterior part of the pituitary, and act on the DCT and cause reabsorption of the water, only water, not sodium. ADH act on the DCT and cause reabsorption of the water, and as a result the urine osmolarity is maintained. So in diabetes insipidus, either there is a no secretion of the DCT, no secretion of the ADH from the hypothalamus, or there is a there is a receptor problem at the DCT. So if the problem lies within the hypothalamus, this is called central diabetes insipidus, CDI, central diabetes insipidus. So ADH is not secreted from the hypothalamus. As a result, the diabetes insipidus occur. That is called central diabetes insipidus. And the other cause of the diabetes insipidus, that is the nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, it is due to the receptor insensitivity, that is ADH. And nephrogenic diabetes insipidus is most commonly the secondary, that is it is due to hypokalemia, hypercalcemia, or multiple myeloma, that is it is due to the secondary cause. So there are two types of diabetes insipidus, one is central and one is nephrogenic. So central is due to decreased ADH secretion and nephrogenic is due to insensitivity of the receptor. And we use thiazide mainly in the nephrogenic cause of diabetes insipidus. So in normal physiology, the DCT, the water reabsorption in the DCT mainly occur via the two hormone, that is one is aldosterone. Aldosterone cause the secretion of the both sodium and the H2O, or another is via the ADH. ADH cause only reabsorption of the water. In the case of diabetes insipidus, when we use thiazide, it acts as an antidiuretic. That is not diuretic. Normally the thiazide is a diuretic, but when we use thiazide in diabetes insipidus, it acts like antidiuretic, that is decreases the urine output. So one line answer is paradoxical antidiuretic effect of thiazide help in diabetes insipidus. So we use thiazide in nephrogenic cause of diabetes insipidus. So the answer is simple, that is it is due to the paradoxical antidiuretic effect. Now how the paradoxical antidiuresis occur? So a nephrogenic diabetes insipidus patient come to your clinic. You give him thiazide. So nephrogenic diabetes insipidus increase urine output. You give thiazide, so urine output further increase. After taking the drug, the symptom is increases. So initially thiazide act like diuretics. So urine output further increase. So diabetes insipidus, when you give thiazide increase urine output further. So initially urine output increase. Now the total body fluid is constant, that is 5 liter. If there is large volume urine output occur, the body goes into dehydration state. So when you give thiazide in DI patient, the urine output increase further, and as a result dehydration occur. And kidney tries to reabsorb more and more water from the PCT. As a result, the symptom relieves. So, when you sum up the question, the answer is, when we use thiazide in the case of diabetes insipidus, it acts a paradoxical antidiuretic effect. And the proposed hypothesis is, initially it caused increased urine output. As a result, dehydration of the body occur, and kidney try to conserve more and more water. As a result, PCT reabsorb more and more water and decrease polyuria, and it treat the diabetic insipidus. Thank you.